Good morning, everybody. I'm at this condo. It's basically turnkey. The gentleman lived in here for about 6-7 years. I've kind of been doing his maintenance all along. Anyway, he bought a new place and he's going to rent this place out. So basically we're just going to go through it and see if there's anything wrong. For instance, the painters were here and they pulled the trim down up there for this light over the bar. It's basically a bar light here, and they lost the trim to it. So basically, rather than buy the trim and put a light bulb in it, we're just going to put an LED conversion kit. Basically, this conversion kit is got these little springs, the same that a trim has, that when you would buy just the trim, it would have these same springs. And then it has this socket like a light bulb. You just put this in the hole, and you now got a LED upgrade. And it's got 3 selections. There's a little switch on it, and on that switch you can pick warm, I call it soft, and then there's bright white, and then there's daylight. But anyway, we'll go ahead and put that in. I know this is nothing fantastic, but that's all I have for today, so I thought I would go ahead and videotape it. And maybe there's somebody that didn't realize, if they have a bunch of old cans and all the trim is fading, instead of just buying the trim here, you could buy the whole LED fixture with the socket. This will fit a 5 and 6. Also, you can use it another way. They sell the same thing without the socket, or you can cut the pigtail on it here and use it just hardwired in. But you can just make a 6-inch hole and put this guy in, but not with this one. This one here has the springs. They make another one that have these springs that lay flat on top of here, where you push them up, put it in the hole, and the springs fall down and lock it into place. One day I'll show it to you. Anyway, we're gonna have Alicia throw this one up and get it installed real quick and be done with it. This is what the light looks like. It has right here, it's LED, and then over here it has a switch that you can adjust the brightness, like warm, and then there's bright white, and then daylight. It's almost a white light, compared to that little yellowish that you get for the bright and the soft. And this will just go into the socket right here, and this will just go in like that. Alicia's going to go ahead and insert that in there and see what we get. First, she's gonna.
Well, make sure the switch is off.
Yeah, make sure the switch is off. What brightness is it on? I want to show them the different brightnesses. So what is it on right now?
They have it on soft white.
Okay, let's turn it on and she'll go through. I'm going to turn it on, face it towards the camera. Okay, there's soft white. Now go to the next one. Leave it facing the camera if you could.
Oh, let's go slow.
Okay.
That's the second setting.
That's the set. Okay, do it all facing the camera. No, leave the switch that way, and then drop it all the way down.
That's the first one.
Okay, that's the first one.
Yeah.
That's the second one. And that's the third one. It kind of goes to a white.
And that's the bright daylight.
And that's it has 4 settings.
Yes.
Okay, I stand corrected. It has 4 settings. That's the bright light. Now this customer likes the dimmer light. So set it where you think he's going to like it, Alicia.
Well, this is daylight. I mean, this is bright light.
I'd say right there for now.
Okay. We'll leave that on.
Okay, I'll turn it off for you so you don't blind yourself.
Okay.
Okay, we turn it off, and then let's see here. Let me get a camera in there.
And then we have it right there. And we go this side. We do the same.
I'm right behind you.
And there we go.
See what she does? She puts those 2 clips in.
Right in there.
Okay,
And then we
into those. Let me show everybody.
see this right here.
Let me get this off your leg here.
Those clips, they go right into that one.
Okay, and now
And then we're just gonna bring it up. There it is.
there it is. Now let's see how it looks. So there we go.
And it's
Right
got a
there.
dimmer.
And it also has a dimmer on it here on the walls. Now, if you go too low, you get that shake if you go too low. But of course, this is not an LED dimmer. So we might go ahead and put a LED dimmer on there while we're at it maybe. But I'm sure he's gonna be all right like that. We just go like that and it still works good. It doesn't, let me get it up there. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go all the way up with the dimmer and then down slow to about right there. So it's acting right. It's not acting up. It was just when I threw it down fast, but there we go. All right, well, I think also we got a medicine cabinet we're gonna do here. So I thought when we go do that, we'll film that. I know it's nothing big. Now tomorrow, I have a vacancy, not a vacancy, occupied unit, where we're gonna do a couple faucets, a toilet, some door locks. They got some French doors that won't open up. I'm hoping she's gonna allow me to record. If she does, then tomorrow we should have some better stuff. So let's see. We're gonna get started on this medicine cabinet. Alrighty, we have some tape here letting me know to bring my attention that I guess they've got a hinge that came loose up there. Usually when you have these hinges such as these right here, you can snap them on and off, but sometimes right here these screws, what happens is they get loose or they get elongated. Sometimes they have product sticking out and they try to shut it and they use the door to push it in, and then it puts pressure here, and then next thing you know they're loose and stripped out. So I guess what Alicia's gonna do is she's gonna go through her tray of screws over here.
I'm trying to find oversized.
And she's gonna try to find something slightly oversized.
Possibly this.
Possibly these, and see if we can get this hinge back on track. So let's see what happens over here. Let's see.
Bad.
Let me get a picture of that, please.
This is the six existing right here.
What is it? Oh,
That's
the
what we
existing
had.
screws.
And we're gonna go with something
And then over here,
bigger.
there's her hinge that came loose, just what we thought.
And that's your holes.
Or she saw it. She saw it. I didn't see it, but she knew what she was looking for. I didn't. I just assumed.
Oh, I see what they did here. You see that? So I need to lose a screw right here in order for me to put a bracket in there.
Okay.
Okay, so
Want me to hold the door for you?
let's see.
I'll hold
This
the
is
door
a
for you.
different plan.
You got it.
Okay. Let me see if this is gonna go on. This might be a little bit loose, so we're gonna go with this one. That feels much better. So we're gonna have to remove this bracket. From here. Remove that bracket. Okay. And this bracket is sliced. So slice up and down. I need to put it in there. That's much better.
Can I let go?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Just hold it there, please.
If those aren't big enough, at least you got it holding. You can replace one at a
Oh
time.
no, those are perfect. Those are perfect.
Good job?
No, not yet.
Oh.
I need to secure the hinge. So we're gonna bring that down. Very close is right. It's got like a screw that holds a hinge. And we got it.
Perfect. Good job.
We got it.
What I say? Alrighty. Let's see what we got here up close. Alright, looks good. Alright, let's get on to the next item. I think it's going to be the medicine cabinet. Okay, let's see here. Okay everyone, we got this medicine cabinet. As you can see, there's tape on it, meaning he wants it replaced. And if you look inside, it's in really bad shape. So we're gonna go ahead, and the painters have already been here, so we have to be careful when we take this out. We have to make sure we cut the paint and get all that so we don't pull the paint. Then we'll put ours. The problem is now the new ones, they're not metal, they're plastic, they're wavy. They're not as good as the old ones. But we usually put some sealant here to make it look good, and if there's any gaps. Sometimes your drywall is a little wavy and you get these little gaps, like there's a little gap here, but nevertheless, we make it look as good as possible. Okay, Alicia's gonna go ahead and start cutting around it with a utility knife, and we'll go from there. I think also, Alicia, we can go ahead and replace, these are the outlets that I'm concerned about needing replacement because
GFCIs?
they're almond and they're not GFCIs as well. So what I need to do though, just while you're watching her cut that, I want to speak to the fact that just because there's no GFCI here, you see, he wants these to look more modern because he epoxied these, this tile's been epoxied. And as you can see, the crappy job they did. We're gonna have to call him back and have that touched up. But anyway, right here, there's no GFCI. And over there, there's no GFCI. But at the same time, he wants these to look more modern, so we're gonna replace them with white and white. But just because there's no GFCI, doesn't mean they're not protected. They could be protected from the next bathroom. We have to test them. We put a tester on there, we go trip the other GFCI either upstairs here or downstairs, and we make sure that none of those GFCIs affect us. If they don't get affected, then we go ahead and put GFCIs here. Sometimes we'll have to put 2 or 1, but if we can find out which one's on the first of the line, we can do just one, we'll protect the other one. We'll see, we'll get into that a little bit later. Let me help Alicia here grab that.
It's only 4 screws on this one.
4 screws, yeah, 4 screws.
There we go.
Okay, so here we go. Let's lay this on its glass part here. Alrighty, what we try to do on this here is, do we have our level?
It's downstairs.
Okay, in the bag?
No, I think it's over there. Let me go get it.
Alright, well, we're gonna go get our level and we'll get back to you. But while she goes and gets the level, I'll explain about these outlets. If we have 2 outlets here, one here and one over there, most likely one is feeding the other. It could be going this way or it could be going that way. But whichever one is on the line first, we could put a GFCI there, which would protect the next one, or vice versa. We could put a GFCI here and it'll protect that one. Unless they were on 2 different circuits. Then you'd have to put 2. But what can happen is in this bathroom over here, there's a GFCI. I think in this bathroom here. Okay, there's no GFCI and no GFCI. Considering the date this was built, it's hard for me to believe that there's not a GFCI around here that doesn't protect those. So what I'm going to do is go downstairs and trip the GFCIs and see if any of those protect these. And if so, then we're good to go. Usually on condos, this stuff is not overlooked. Usually there's a GFCI that's protecting all this. We'll take a look and we'll find it, see what we can do. We'll do this first. Okay, in here you have your plates. We have them. We're gonna open towards over here now. The way this comes is it's plastic, like I said, and this stuff here is a little wavy. It's not the best. It doesn't come with holes here. There's real thin walled where you can just blast a hole through it with a screw, which we usually do. So let's just go ahead and put it in, line it up, and see. Can you move that ladder a minute?
Sure.
Okay, as you can see here, well, you probably can't see it, it's hard to hold the camera, but we have a lot of room here and it's showing up here, so we're gonna balance it and try to center it in where there's no gaps, and it's about right there. Hold it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, now we'll put the level on it. It's probably hard for you guys to see what we're doing here.
Will that work? No, it's
Yeah.
wavy there. Never mind. Bring
It
it
don't
down.
matter. It's all right for now. I just want to see.
Okay.
Okay, now give me now the level. Let's see, move out of the way a minute so they can see. We got it leveled here. We got one screw here. We make sure that this is covered. There's no space or nothing, you know, no drywall showing, or the drywall is covered rather. Same on this side. It looks really good. And these are usually smaller footprints than the other ones. So now we're going to go ahead and put another screw in to kind of hold it in place. Okay, so now it's still level. So now we got one here and one there. You want to give me another screw?
Of course.
Here? These are Simpson strong ties. They're working good on this particular job. Okay, I'm a little crooked because of...
What's the angle? Here.
Okay. And still level.
One more to go.
One more to go. And every time you put a screw in, you kind of want to make sure you're pushing against the wall because this could be teetered out and you don't know it. So I'll start the screw and then I'll push in. Okay. Now I like to level enough. I like to put the screws where they barely, let me see if I got this on track here. I like to put the screws where they barely dimple the plastic. So let me see what we have here. So now we're looking good. Let me check it again here. Looking almost dead on. We could go a little bit more on this one. So what we do, if we want to go over just a little bit, we loosen this side, just a hair. Then we come on this side, give it a little more, and it's dead on, as you can see right there. So we're good. Now,
We'll finish it up.
let's put the trays in here.
You left the harder part for me.
Yeah, the
The
hardest
hardest
part.
part, yeah.
The trays go in with the lip facing out. This lip comes on the outside.
This goes to the
We usually
outside.
put one on the top. Now what we do is we go ahead and you see this gap here, she'll get some almond caulking or white, and she's gonna just caulk right here where it's visually noticeable. It doesn't need it on the top or the bottom, but right here is where people see it and you don't want an eyesore. So she'll go ahead and get some sealant and do that right now, and this will be done. Alrighty, she's going to go ahead and close up that gap a little bit with some caulking. And
there we go. Ready?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Alrighty, we're going to investigate these GFCI outlets, and then we'll get back with you and let you know what we found on these standard outlets. We're going to replace them. We just don't know if we're going to put 2 GFCIs or 1 GFCI or leave them just standard outlets, but we are going to replace them. We're going to see if they're protected somewhere else. And you know, just Alicia, do you have the other tester? Because you know, when it comes to, do you have the other tester? Because I know that when it comes to these tick meters right here, you shouldn't really rely on them. Yeah, it tells you hot, or like if you're playing with a switch to see if it's working right, this is good. But if you're going to actually put your hands on it, don't go by this. Go by this instead. You know, you plug it in, and everything is 0, you're good to go. This can give you false readings and light your ass up. So always try to go with this. This is good for testing a switch on and off, but don't rely on that. Everything looking good. You want to move that paper over there too? Now we're over here. I'm going to try to put that right there. Let me in there a minute. If you notice how she puts her loops, and then she compresses them as best she can with a needle nose, and she puts them where they're clockwise because the screw turns clockwise. And you always make sure you tighten up your other screws even if they don't have wires.
And I like to double check with my hand screwdriver.
That's good.
Make sure I go with the bigger size. There we go. Now we're talking.
Oh, plenty tight. Yeah,
Nice.
good.
Then we go to the other side.
Okay, watch that. Your loop doesn't have to be crazy tight around the screw. It should be tight, but it falls into a certain groove. As you notice, that one kind of just snapped in, and there's like a little lip inside there that your wire will, when you tighten that screw, will compress in. It's not going to go nowhere. You can see we're making a little bit of a mess, but we're trying to keep most of it on the towel. This should be over here like this. We're going to pick up because you never know when the owner's going to walk in. We don't want them to stress out, and you know, we're trying to do good, but we should clean up after every time. And then we're going to work on the shower door over here.
Plus, we treat our place the way we treat ours.
Yeah, we treat everybody's place the way we treat our own property. So. Anyway, here's the old one right here. As you can see, it's in bad shape. I was able to match it up with this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get a scrape. Some of the pieces are still on there, so we're going to take them off, and we're going to get a razor blade and scrape all the water deposits off and get it ready for the new one. I may or may not set a little silicone in the channel just to hold it a little bit better. The other ones seem to have a little bit in it, so we'll see. We'll dry fit it first, get it cut, dry fit it, and then we'll decide if we're going to put a little drop of silicone inside the channel. Alright, we're going to clean up, and then we'll go ahead and see about getting this shower door fixed up. Alrighty.
I like to make sure it's tight.
Yeah, it looks good, nice and straight.
Okay, let's put a plate. Okay, it's not reaching the screw.
All right, that's really good, Alicia. Well,
It's not reaching the screw right here, so I need to bring it out. That way.
You're adjusting. Yeah, sometimes the holes are really large and you sink the outlet too deep, and then it doesn't look good when you plate it up. You know, you want it to be either close to flush or just a little bit out, like on this guy right here. This little bit to me looks good. Sometimes if it's even, it doesn't look so hot. It kind of looks a little bit of a lip kind of looks good. And you'll see that most outlets and switches are the same. All right, basically what we have here, as I showed you earlier, this here, some of it is still on here on both sides. So she's going to take a scraper and clean this all up and get it spotless, so we can go ahead and fit and cut the other one and try it out. We think we got the same one. You know, this one here has got some missing rubber on it, but it looks identical. So we're gonna see what we get. The rain drip goes inside. This has like a rain drip. It's flat here. This will go to the outside here. It's got your rubber under here, and then it's got your rain drip. So when the water comes down, it goes over that rain drip and falls on this shower pan here, which is beveled, you know, it's just for drainage. Measurement here. So we'll go to here. And it is 26 1/16 exactly. Can you remember that?
26 and 16, yes.
Yes, 26 1/16 exactly. Sometimes I like to overkill on the left side where it doesn't, but it doesn't look good, and they didn't do it on this one. So, all right, we're gonna go outside and cut this. We'll bring you with us. Hold that down for me, there, please. That looks good. Let's go see what we got. Alrighty, we got this cut to fit. Ellie, can you get on the inside here and maybe take your shoes off and just stand in there. And I'm gonna try to bring it up in there. The drip edge goes this way, Alicia. Try to get that in there. Because I don't want to go where I have to slide the whole damn thing.
I didn't go in, hold on.
There we go.
Come off again.
I mean, we could try to fit it all in and then push it. I might have to put some like 30/40 or something on there.
No, you can't have put WD-40 because you have the silicone coming in. Maybe silicone will do it.
No.
There we go.
Silicone will do it. Okay, now let's try it. Keep it going up.
It's going.
It's not up here, look. We're losing it over here. There we go. Take it all the way up over there.
Put pressure under it.
Okay.
There you go. And you there. Well,
Can I go just say here?
Yeah, just again. There, perfect.
Okay, push it up. Now let's see what it does to the bottom. Let me see how it looks. It's got the same gap as the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think we can bring it down slightly? Basically, the other one had a gap too, because there was parts of it left on. And if you sweep on it, it's down it's almost down all the way, because if it rubs, he's going to rub the white off of it.
This one can go down a little bit.
You know what? Yeah. See if you can go ahead and get it almost where it rubs, Al. I don't want it to rub because it's going to rub the epoxy off.
We rub it on the bottom because look at it. It's kind of built on that way.
Yeah. So do you think you can? Right. Do you think you can maybe go along with a block of wood or something and tap it?
Yeah.
Or here. How about this? Here's this. See if you can put that on the lip and tap. Let me give you something to tap on the cardboard here. And don't tap hard because it's gonna. I would like to be able to slide like a piece of paper through there. Let me see how it's sweeping now. Hold on, that looks pretty good. I don't want it to rub. I have a flashlight. Don't let me blind you.
I think that was safe to do the
On this side, a little bit more maybe. How's that look?
I think that's kind of good right there. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. There's a little bit of a space in there, but
Yes.
it's the same as the other one.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go any more, we're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose it if you go more.
Yeah, just make sure the gap is consistently even.
Okay. That was good.
Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so do you think we should put a clear bead of silicone on each lip, just to keep it from moving?
What I'm planning to do is put on this gap, put some silicone, then put it across.
That way
here.
it doesn't move.
Put it across up here.
Yeah, yeah. On
and then,
top of the
and
lip.
then put some silicone on this hole.
Yep. That'll keep it from
water going inside of the shower.
and it'll also keep it from falling off.
Right.
If they kick it with their foot.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
maybe you
again,
can put a little bead on this
I'm
side
gonna
too.
go ahead and put some silicone.
Okay, sounds like we got this good enough. The old one wasn't rubbing either. The old one had like an 1/8 of an inch gap. So
I think that's gonna do the trick.
okay, sounds good. All right, well let's get our sealant. Let's clean up our mess, and we'll get back on this. Yep. Give me a picture of on top, Al, like when you're. That way they understand what you're doing for the invoice. Just halfway through. It's just come halfway through. I'll start at the half point. There you go. I'll tell you right there, please. Thank you. Gotta get those pictures in. That way they know you're actually doing what you say you're doing on the invoice. Let me try to move over here. Not only that, if we made that rub, sweep on the bottom of that tile, in 6 months that epoxy would be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start moving our tools downstairs to where we're gonna be next. I don't know what we're. good. All right. Okay, when you get that out, explain the wiring, because we know there's going to be 4 wires in there because they're going up to the...
Well, this is my switch, and the line is gonna go up here, and it also says line up here. Can you read it? And then my load is gonna go down here.
Because we're protecting it. We want to protect everything else.
This
But
is coming in, going out.
Right, but let's say you had an outlet outside in the hallway here and you don't want to protect it. Then you would just put all 4 wires right here, correct?
Correct.
But because we do want to protect what's after this, then we're going to use this.
You line here and the load there.
Yeah, there we go.
Hello. Just get it. If you have one already in there, you need to make sure you know which one is your line, which in this case, you need to read the back of it, and my line is actually opposite on the bottom.
Yeah, because it's an older GFCI.
So we make sure we mark those.
It's an older GFCI. So, but if you weren't sure, all you would do is take the wires off and separate them, keep them from touching, and then you would go turn the breaker on, and then you'd see which one is hot and which one isn't hot. So let's just say we turn on the breaker and this one's hot and this one's not. This is going to be your line in and this is going to be your load out. So basically, if you're not sure, we know in this case what it is because it's marked on here and it's working properly. So we can pretty much trust what this says. So once again, if you're not sure or you take it off and you don't remember which way it went, then what you do is you go ahead and turn the breaker on and test. One will be hot and one will not. And same with your ground. It's important. Sometimes what you'll do is once you take your tick meter and you realize, oh, this is the one that's hot, then you take your other wiggy and you put it on here, and then you find out which one of these ground wires lights up your wiggy or lights up your tester. Because one, if you have the hot wire and then you go, one of these wires will not activate your tester because this wire is going up to the other ones and it's not grounded because you're breaking the ground. So you want to make sure you get your line with the proper ground, the neutral, and then you put those on the bottom, and then you put the 2 dead ones up on top on the load. And if you didn't want to protect what's up there, you just wanted to protect this one, then you put all 4 wires down here.
And that's my line. Same with that one. This is how I label them to remember my line. Those are the hot ones.
we can only get so many things done today for this guy. So I think the next thing we're gonna do is this mirror, because he's got the cleaning people coming, and all the things that he asked us to clean, we're not gonna clean. We're not in the cleaning business. He's got a cleaning lady come, and I don't know why he doesn't trust her to clean the plates and the switches. He's gonna have to do that. But we'll focus in on the things that need to be done in order to have it rent ready, such as this mirror and what we're doing.
Sounds good.
So this mirror will be next. Now, let's just say you didn't know. Do you know which one's your line?
I label them.
Oh, you labeled them. Okay. So what she did was she taped her hot and her neutral that goes with this hot.
That's my line.
If you take your tester and you hit this hot one and then you hit this other ground, you won't have any power, because this is a neutral that has been disconnected. It's not grounded to anything. It just goes to the other outlets, and on the last outlet it dead ends. So there is no ground on there. It's not grounded to anything, so it won't work. So you got to make sure you get the right neutral with the hot wire.
And I clean them up. Is it good? That's my ground.
The reason why he wanted us to change out the light bulbs and the chandelier is he twisted the sockets off in the.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and twisted the bottom parts of the bulbs off into the sockets.
Huh. These are my load. A little bit too long. Let's make it shorter. There we go. Much better.
Kind of go over what you did.
Okay.
Which ones are the line?
The ones above.
Oh,
Yeah.
the tape came off the bottom.
What's that?
The tape comes off the bottom. Where was the tape at?
That's a good question. Look what I did.
Oh, you left the tape there. Cool.
Now leave the tape. Just trim the size and that's good. Jeez. Okay, good. Now nice and tight. Okay, we have our line coming in, and we have the load on the bottom. As you can see, I left the tape.
I need to try to get that sockets out of the fixture. You have a pair of needle nose? Or do you need a- I got a pair of needle nose.
Right here.
Alright.
So that mess.
Okay, well, why don't we show everybody what they're protecting and why we did what we did.
So
You want to go turn on the breaker and we'll test it. It looks a little crooked. It needs to
look
be
it up.
about right. No. About right there. You can't go no more than that. Look.
yeah.
That's the way the drywall is. I don't want to start chipping drywall.
Let me
That's
turn
the
it
way
on
it
now.
was. Okay, she's going to go ahead and turn it on, and I'll shut this light off, and you should see if I shut this light off and I shut this light off, there's a little light down here that'll turn green when I trip it. Okay, you can see the green light is on. So everything is good. So now we're going to go upstairs with a tester, Alicia. Where's the tester? The plug-in tester. And when I tell her to, she's going to trip this switch on this GFCI, and it should cut the power on these outlets upstairs. And we'll verify that because it's our butt on the line if it doesn't work properly. Okay, first we'll just make sure we got power here, and we do. And I know I got power over here, and we do. Okay, Al, turn it off. Okay, she just flipped the switch and the light is blinking. So if you unplug it, plug it, it goes to 0. So we're good. Let's go over here. And it should stay off, and it does. So we're good. Turn it back on. Okay, it goes back to green and back to 120. Now, hold on, Alicia. I want to do the other outlet and the other 2 outlets in the other bathroom. So over here, we got 2 more outlets. And we plug in and everything's good. Okay, kick it off, Al. Okay, she just turned it off. The light blinks. The 120 will usually stay on for a little while, but the light lets you know that it's off. You can clear it. And then you can go back in, and then of course it stays dead. We'll come over here, and we'll plug this one in. We're all good. Turn it on, Alicia. We're back up, so everything is working correctly. I'll take the tape off of here. Alrighty, well, we're gonna go downstairs and hang that picture. Basically, he wanted me to clean outlets and this and that and wipe this and wipe that. I'm not in the cleaning business, especially at my rate. He's better off to let his cleaning lady do that when she comes. She's coming next week. We're trying to just get things ready for rental. In other words, whatever's broke, we're fixing. That way he can move forward, and we don't have time for cleaning, and I've got other vacancies that I have to be on, so he's going to have to be happy with just the stuff that we're fixing. So we'll move on and do the picture, the mirror next. See, this mirror is sitting here. I guess the painters took it down and removed the screw, the hanger, so we're going to find a way to hang it. And everything is looking good over there. We want this to be straighter, but the way it sets in that drywall, that's the way it was when we messed with it. Yeah. But the box is sitting crooked. And really, he doesn't want me to get in there and shim that box one way or the other and run some screws in it, you know. That was just sloppy work on the part of the builder, I guess. Okay, we're gonna do this mirror next. Alrighty, basically what we have is the socket is broke off into the fixture there. Basically what she's gonna do is, I can't see if that's in there good enough. Can you see?
It's gonna be like right there.
Okay. She's gonna nibble off the top.
Yeah, right there.
And break that piece off and let it drop onto the towel underneath us. Or try to twist it off with it, one of the two. Sometimes that piece will just nibble right off and you can get in there, but in this case, she got it. Job well done. We'll get to that mirror pretty soon. Okay, basically, they left this mirror, I guess the painters did. They didn't trust that hole right there. This is the old one. It has a plastic, it has like a plastic insert anchor. We're gonna just go slightly above it with our own and raise it a little bit higher. And we're gonna use a 50-pound anchor. We like these metal ones. So let's get into this box of tricks right here and see what we can find. So, okay, so what we have here are our small anchors. These are like 40-pound, and these are all the way up to 50-pound. And it comes with the screw here. What we like about these is, let me show you. These here have a tip on them. The old ones used to be blunt, where it had a hole and your screw would go in and open it up. They make these now, so if you hit a stud, you don't have to worry. If you're going into drywall, fine. It's nice and coarse, and it's 50 pounds. It's rated for 50. But let's say you're not sure if there's a stud back there. Well, you run it in anyway, and it goes to a point with finer threads, and this goes right into the study, and you'll drive this sucker. Your drywall will be about a 1/2 inch here. all this is meant to go into the stud right here. So it doesn't matter what's behind it. I mean, it matters what's behind it. You should know if we put a stud finder there and there was nothing. But you want to make sure you don't hit no electrical and stuff. But obviously it was there. So we're just going to go slightly above it because we don't trust our anchor. And if, like I said, if there's no stud, fine. And if there's a stud, we're good too. So let's go over here and have Alicia put this into the wall. And when you put this in, there's a little Phillips. You put your Phillip head in there on your drill motor, and that'll turn her on in. And then of course you got your screw. And then this screw, when it goes in, will actually, if it's not in a stud, will actually thread itself into this chamber right here. It really doesn't split apart or anything, but it does anchors, it does thread itself. So here, let's see what we get here. Alicia's gonna go right above what we got there.
Where were you supposed to go with this? About right here?
Yeah, right there is good because well, you can go a little lower. Center, right above it. You look like you're a little bit to the left.
Right here.
Yeah, move over a little to the right, I think. Okay, right there.
There?
So let me get how that goes in. Go ahead. And you don't want to overdo it. Like once it hits the drywall, you don't want to start smacking through the drywall with it. You lose its grip. Right when it gets flush, a little more. Almost until the paint starts to come. About right there, that's perfect. Now, go ahead and put your screw in there. The one that comes with it. Oh, right there is good. Actually, you know what I would like to do is take that out and put a Simpson. The reason why Simpsons is the same shaft size, and it's got a nice washer type. It has a nice washer type head on it to hang by the cable. And put that cable over it. So watch. Using a Simpson with a nice big head on it. A little more. And that's rated for 50 pounds. Simpsons are rated for much, much more. Simpson strong tie screws are made for hanging ceiling joists and all kinds of hangers. Whenever you got a hanger, you use a Simpson strong tie. Okay, now we're going to try to get that. Let me help you. I'll let you get up there and I'll see if you can find the hook on it. Or I can do it, I think.
Yeah.
Let me just go real high and then we'll catch it. Let me make sure how it looks.
It's good.
Okay,
It's
you're
another
gonna
angle.
guide it. Go way high. I think we're on, aren't we?
You on? Yeah.
I'll let you jump up there and make sure.
Sounds good.
Okay, now we want the same amount of space on the left,
Yeah.
and
There.
we want it straight.
Straight.
I think just a little bit more. Okay, so that looks about right, doesn't it?
Yeah. You get it?
Okay, let's see here. All right, so this is what we got out of it. We're pretty much even on both sides, so we're all good. All right, well, I think this pretty much wraps it up for us over here. We're gonna start picking up and cleaning up behind ourselves, even though the cleaning lady will be here. This is a really nice complex, as you can see out here. Take a look. We got some good parking right there, and really nice place to work. Alrighty, well, hey, thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Hey, Allie, you want to say bye? Let's go find Alicia. There she is.
Bye.
All right, guys.